morning. So, 10th of August 2024. Today's song, all I'm getting is Who's Loving You. It seems familiar, but I don't know it. Who's Loving You? So, they're pretty much saying, is anybody giving you love? Is anybody cherishing you? And if not, you need to give it to yourself. It's in Sun Quincunx's Saturn, a good day to clear chores and be clever about overcoming conundrums, because as a result, you will do just that. The moon enters Scorpio. So conundrums, puzzles, that's what spirit speak to us in, codes. So cracking the code. 8th house of Scorpio, so that fits with Scorpio moon. We've got Sagittarius learning some lessons, and there's the moon. So Scorpio moon is very important, and it means that we're coming out stronger on the other side. We're learning some life lessons. Brilliant. So they're already on it. Scorpio moon. I'm proper checking it up this time. I shook it yesterday, but we still got, oh, there we go, I think that's Jerry. So our Jerry's here. And Rosemary. Jerry and Rosemary. Remember I told you that, like every plant, a little bit of it is a good thing. Too much is a bad thing. And rosemary, if used constantly in like bouquet garners and stuff like that, can, if you're susceptible to them, bring on seizures. So there we go. The 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, so karma and fate. The wheel is the cycle that keeps turning. So even if it's reversed, we know that the wheel turns, so eventually it will go on an upturn again. So this too shall pass, really. Number 10. 10s are about endings, so that we can make fresh starts. Scorpio is about endings and new beginnings. So, doing well so far, Spirit. No, Aliash has made his appearance. I think it's because he had a dog. Because there is a dog in the family, but I want having the dog as well. So the dog's gone on holiday with the family. I guess Aliash is missing that company. Sally Ash is a bit of a bully when it comes to the dog. So, let's see then. The Wheel of Fortune. Wonder who's loving you. Is it time for a change? It's time to love yourself a bit more if no one is giving you that attention. So we got somebody feeling sorry for themselves, feeling lonely in a room full of people, half erased, with everything they need, but it looks like something's missing. They're not happy, are they? Look at his head in his hands. So this is the apple tree. Remember, you reap what you sow. So apparently the apple tree hasn't bore much fruit this year. Maybe had a bit of black spot. And he's assessing which branches need to go. And this is the same for us. We have to decide what stays and what goes. What is relevant and what isn't. It's also about not judging yourself too harshly, not giving up. Once you've got rid of the unnecessary extra things, pare away what no longer serves you, then you can decide how to proceed. So if this was business, it might have been going through a very hard time, but that's because you've been possibly living without outside your means. You've got to strip it back to basics. So prune the tree. Stop feeling unworthy, like you've done something wrong. Maybe you have, but that's in the past. Or ungrateful, because if you're ungrateful, Spirit will take more from you to teach you that lesson. So draw a line in the sand. Today's another day. Begin again, whether it's work, relationships, whatever it is. But start as you mean to go on and don't compromise. You're more than halfway there. 7 years could be 5 years to 7 years. There's a gift coming, the check's in the mail, child maintenance, a new beginning in finance, career and stability. Very, very tenuous. It's in its early stages. Could be a child, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or an immature energy with money. Somebody's not that clever with money. Or it could just be someone of uniform or of a darker complexion, a message coming. We've got, what are they? Not sure what those flowers are. But he is wearing green, so it's being grounded, it's being stable, but it's in its early stages. It's not brilliant, but at least it's a start. So the 1 and the 7 together make the 8, so it's about how much effort you put in. Could be the postman, doesn't have to be military or police, it could be the postman bringing a gift or a message. Secrets are coming out. You are protected. You are thinking positive. You are speaking positive, or someone is. not allowing negativity into your aura, be it financial, emotional, spiritual, mental or physical. Put your force field up. This is the psychic, the medium, the tarot reader, the carnival people. October the 11th, where I come from, when the carnival comes to town, it is being very careful what you put into your mouth, as in diet and medication, or into your body as a whole, as injections or whatever. And being very, very careful what comes out of your mouth, as in words written or spoken. There is the written word there. This is your beliefs, your policing yourself, really. Coming back from the gates of hell, the letters B and J connected to spirit. So 2 and 29, massively important. It's about the early stages of learning how to fill your own cup, how to love yourself first. If it's someone coming into your life, they haven't got a lot to offer, bit of a flappy fish, and there's no commitment. So we'll see if that grows. So 2 children possibly, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or your emotions and stability and finances all at a low, but able to grow. Boredom, refusing to accept what is, and until you accept what's no longer serving you, you'll get nowhere. So not open to receive these gifts. Possibly because you found out somebody, the secret's come out, somebody's been doing something behind your back. Lies, deceit, theft, taking credit for what you've done, not pleasant. So changes have to be made that we're not going to like. Possibly some of these branches need to be cut away that you don't want to, because you may have all the trappings of wealth but no ready cash, and no love. So there's both is needed. Seven weeks is mentioned. So today's card isn't very promising, because we're not protected and we are at an all-time low. But force fields up, we can get through this. It's daughters and it's released hostages coming back from the gates of hell. There he is again. So we've got all the cards that we need for the message that they want us to have, but we'll keep going. So this is the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn child, the postman, the gifts, the messages, possibly from spirit or in the flesh. So we add that to the poor guy who was thinking, I've got everything I need, but nothing I want. That's maybe the thing that they want. Coming, calling, knocking on the door. Add 1 to 5, we get 6, which means finding your tribe. People of like mind, people who understand you, people who get you. A gift. Keep your dreams alive. You do have options. 2 sevens there, so like I said, you're more than halfway there. Listen to your dreams, write your dreams down. You have to decide what you want before spirit can help you. Like we said, put the effort in. For some of you, you've had a tattoo in remembrance of someone who passed. It is all about Cinderella going to the ball there, having the wherewithal to put the effort in, but and not burning the candle at both ends. It could be communications via the internet. 8 years is mentioned. There she is again on herself, so this is important. Coming back from the gates of hell. Putting a force field up. Revealing secrets. Nothing in there is going to harm her. She's released herself from the gates of hell. 2 and 29, massively important. Yeah. Someone has decided to take the path they've never travelled. They refuse to do the same thing because they know it will not produce a different outcome. That's insanity. So no longer going around in circles, taking a path they don't want to take, making the changes they don't want to make, and escape. Hecate, the crossroads. And Hecate was the main player in getting Persephone out of the gates of hell. So there we are, making the right choice for you. Adam, Eve, Lily, children, siblings. So this seems to be about children, siblings, your youth, your inner child, snake, the apple tree, which is Gemini, Cancer, Cusper, 6 and 24. Absolutely beautiful. Make the right choice for you. And it'll be the right choice for everyone else, even if it doesn't feel like it. Do what's right. Do what you know is right and what you need to do. Choices. Gemini energy. Peace of mind. So if your mind and conscience is clear, then you will be fine. We are going into the unknown, so we may be blind to some things, but we need peace of mind. Now we've found out, we know that we're not paranoid. Now we've found out what they're up to, we can have some peace. Peace after the battle, 4 weeks. But there is something that our attention was taken away from by other things. And there's a real chance of fire. Don't cry over spilt milk. If you're living in the past, you're depressed. It's time to build a bridge, get over it. There's been a lot of water under the bridge since this happened. Don't blame or shame. Just go forwards. No, there he is. He's feeling either he can't or he won't do something. All mouth and no trousers, impotence, the call on the prostate, dishonouring the ancestors. And with it being Aries means we are not protected. So we're going to have to look after ourselves. Aries is 21st of March to 21st of April. In the upright is an action man. In the reverse, he has no will or passion to do anything. Yeah. Something has become a very heavy burden that has to end. The burden of financial responsibility, perhaps. There he is again. Doing nothing about it. Just adding more weight to that pile. Children are massively important. Childhood, siblings. Looking back on the past with rose-tinted glasses. A reunion, perhaps. Someone from the past may re-enter your life. Find your tribe. There are those who see when they're shown, and those who will never see. You're going to have to leave some behind. The marigolds suggest the Day of the Dead, Halloween, and moving on. a lot of sixes. We've got past the halfway mark now. There's no going back. Moving on from stormy waters to calmer ones. Not taking the baggage of the past with you. Setting off, possibly on a journey across water. Because when Mercury retrograde is over, which will be about a week or so, we will make a decision. We cannot be blackmailed emotionally, financially, or spiritually anymore. We have decided that we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. So we may as well do what makes us happy. What our conscience lets us live with. And then we can find peace. Until then, there's no peace. So peace after a battle. Depression, drink, drugs isn't going to help. You cannot self-medicate. This is the reproductive organs and shared resources may have issues. It is also the Scorpio moon. It's what's hidden, what's kept from you. You need to fill your own cup. It can be a Scorpio, male or female, or it can be a woman that you're involved with emotionally, or you, where emotions, and you're not in control of your emotions, but you are strong enough to and brave enough, because this is courage, to do this. There are power struggles going on. The heart and back will be healed, and you have to put your heart and back into this and be patient, but do not submit. You are strong enough to do this. 8 or 26, Leo energy. So, Jera then. There we go. Jera is joy to men when the god makes the earth to bring forth shining fruits for rich and poor alike. So, the shining fruits, the better crop for everybody. It cannot be just for the rich. And the rich aren't going to like that, are they? So, the rune was also called Ger by the Anglo-Saxons of Northumbria, England. So maybe Northumbria is important. And so AR by both the Norwegians and Icelanders. So that may be your initials. Also J or Y. Jera is connected with the yearly cycle of nature, particularly with the harvest and the celebration that go with it. It is also symbolised by the strength of the venerable oak, Taurus, and the humble herb, rosemary. It is a rune of joy, of plenty, of rich blessings. Jera's association with celebrations connected with the Yuletide or Christmas season. So I would say anywhere between then Harvest Festival and Christmas. And it expresses much of the warmth and happiness of this time. In this sense, Jera is symbolically assigned to the winter solstice, which is the 21st of December. When the sun is at its weakest, yet begins to gain strength once more. Jera is the 12th rune and therefore halfway point of the Elder Fork. The year also has 12 months, and in ancient times this day was an edition held to consist of 12 hours. So 12 hours. So 12 noon, 12 midnight. The symbolism of Jera relates to the tragic tale of Balder and Hodor. Remember? The two brothers. So brothers again, siblings, children. Who was known as the Beautiful and shone like the sun. Poor Hodor, on the other hand, was blind. And there's Hodor, the one that's flaring about in the dark and is ignored. The poor blind Hodor. The one that suffered. So quiet that he was often ignored. Oh, so feeling ignored. There we go. Balder, on the other hand, was so beloved of both gods and humans that his mother, Frigg, spent a lot of time extracting a promise from every living thing that would not harm him. So, favouritism then. Because it was so puny that she could not imagine that it could possibly hurt her beloved son, unfortunately Frigga had not considered the malice of the deceitful fire god Loki. There's Loki. So, like we said about rosemary, it is harmful to some. So the things that you think are not, oh, that's all right, it's not that big a deal, it won't harm them, will. Because some people develop allergies or extreme reactions to things. Unfortunately, Frigga had not considered the malice of the deceitful fire god Loki. Loki incited, so again incitement, the other gods to throw weapons at Balder, but that says he don't get the blame. All of which bounced off him. Then he suggested other objects, such as pots and pans. No harm came to Balder, only blind Hodor held back because he could not see. So people are being used by others, because there are those who see when they're shown, and those who will never see. But while Loki persuaded him to join in the game, and offered not only to guide his hand, but to provide him with an unlikely weapon, a dart made from puny mistletoe. This small dart alone hit its mark, and Balder fell down dead. So brother kills brother, we've heard that before, haven't we? Cain and Abel. But that was more vicious, this is subtle. But all is not lost, for Balder eventually conquered death and was later resurrected. So rebirth. Just like the sun on midwinter's day. So 21st of December can be very important. Jera is connected with endings and new beginnings. Its presence in a reading predicts a time when your present trials will end and you will be able to make a fresh, optimistic start. The rune's association with the harvest also associates Jera with the concept of reaping what you sow, the rewards of your past efforts. Its appearance signifies a completion of some project, which must be celebrated with joy and relief. Jera shows that your optimism will not be misplaced and that personal success is very likely. A new home or the signing of a contract is also suggested by that rune. It may be that you will have to employ the services of a professional person, such as a lawyer or an accountant, to put the final seal on some kind of advantageous agreement. Jera's connection with the number 12 may suggest that a period of 12 months or a year is indicated. This need not necessarily be that you will have to wait a year for the good times to come again, just that the abundant good luck of this rune may last a considerable period, such as 12 months. After all, it may take time and effort to reach the successful conclusion that you desire. Like the preceding rune, Isa, Jera has no inverted interpretation. So, we finally come out of the ice and snow. And when Persephone came back from the gates of hell, her mother took away the snow. So we've got 8th house again of Scorpio, which is the snake that ate itself. the infinity, the cycles. It is shedding your skin, the reproductive organs, which we've had both of, the male and the female, funeral parlours, cemeteries, labour wards, ancestral property. And that is where someone, we've said, didn't we, has dishonoured the ancestors. So maybe you've frittered away the property that the ancestors shared with you. The colour black, interaction, shared resources, birth, death and rebirth, regeneration, sexual unions, integration, self-sacrifice, expanded awareness, inheritance, other people's money, and metaphysics, which is dealing with spirit. So there you go, metaphysics. Your spiritual beliefs. And the moon in Sagittarius. Emotionally restless, independent, outspoken, uncommitted, warm-hearted, adventurous and impulsive. The moon in Sagittarius needs freedom and dislikes the emotional neediness. So, don't be clingy. Freedom is what matters to people right now. Oh, there she is. 222. 222. Persephone. Has she gone? Two. That may mean something to you. Door numbers, dates for your diary, anniversaries, dates of passings. So the moon, Persephone, daughters. All things come to us from the soul, from its roots where it is planted. The name Teresa could be important. What does your gut say? The moon asks. This card is all about mystery, feeling and hidden messages. What do we say about codes? The moon is receptive. It governs intuition and self-protection. There she is, putting her force fields up. Its placement by sign and house indicates those areas to which we are most emotionally or sensitive. The moon represents what is felt instinctively, what is at the core of our emotion. In the astrological chart, the moon is our soul. It shows the intimate side of who we are. The moon represents security, the home we grew up in, the need to hide away and recoup our energies, a time, a pause. It is the female principle that is darkly moist and yielding, so the moon can signify our relationship with our mothers as well as pregnancy. It also signifies our grandmothers and even old age, so geriatric issues can arise when this card turns up. Crowds belong to the moon, but also shyness, reticence, things that occur in the dark. The moon shows how we respond emotionally and what we feel most deeply, and some believe the moon represents who we are in secret. We're no longer going to be that person just in secret. And also memories from who we were in the past. Some of them fond memories, as your childhood memories. The moon is our most innermost selves. Don't be shy. It's time to allow yourself to shine. This card indicates fluctuations in your life, and the moon changes signs every 2.5 days, so that change may only last 2.5 days. So 12 different moon combinations mean great variation, but the moon is the side we keep concealed. In the horoscope chart, when the moon has many aspects or is the most elevated planet in the chart, it is considered to have a strong influence. The lunar influence can be indicative of future fame, governing the masses, or what is likely to be popular. At this time, you may have trouble controlling your emotions, and you may want to do things that are safe. You are very sensitive, and you must gauge any feelings before you enter a room or being with people you don't know. You like working alone, but you are also dependent on others and how they respond to you. The arts and helping professions suit you. You would do well working with people with mental or emotional problems or anyone who needs counselling. It is also a good time to rely upon your imagination and pay attention to your dreams. What did we say? There we are. The Spirit is sending you messages in your dreams. Write them down and look at the spiritual meaning, not the psychological. When this card turns up in a reading, all is not as it seems because something is being obscured. You may feel you've lost direction or that you don't have all the information to go forwards, feeling a lack. There is much you are sensing, but you may be hesitant to act. Well, he definitely is. Doesn't want to take action at all. It may look as if it's difficult to cut through the fog to get to the real truth of a situation. Substance abuse issues may touch your life, not necessarily you, but certain energies or persons surrounding you. After growing close to someone, the energy may feel smothering and restrictive. Insecurities may arise, and there may be feelings of paranoia. We love our moon though. She makes us feel safe, so someone's emotional clinginess may be an issue. After all, the moon tells us to hang on to things and people often after we should have released them from our lives and given up. So severing ties. But no, the moon chimes in, hang in there, you will win sooner or later. Do you want to win or do you want to be happy? It's important now not to accept any false pictures and misapprehend the truth. Don't lie to yourself. Like with Neptune card with the moon, deception is possible. Things will be cloudy right now. It's a good time to open your mind to visions as well as appreciating woman's wisdom and intuition. Find your feminine side, bring out your visions and talents in a more public way. As shy and tentative as the moon is, she still represents fame and crowds. When you think of the moon, think mystery, birth, tribes, unanswered questions, and sometimes sudden fame. Someone from your past probably will re-enter your life. Any romance that starts will be strange, yet compelling, and even familiar. An important meeting for you may occur in the evening hours, so pay close attention to the energies that are swirling around you. Rely on your gut instinct. This is the dark night of the soul, the threshold into your new beginning. But there will be pain and there will be trials. There's the 14, the shape-shifting support from the other world, and you know how much the stag means to me. A picture of it on my wall. It's a very important sign. The white stag. Your patroness, if you like, your spirit guide. So, the white stag has long been a Celtic symbol to indicate that the other world is close. And even closer on Halloween, so remember that, October the 31st. I came across the white stag during a shamanic journey. I also saw a man with horns on his head running in the background, but at the time I couldn't work out if he was actually one and the same. The white stag and the horned man are often seen together, and thus I've included him in the next card. So, my journey with the white stag was precious to me. He saw that I was suffering. I was enduring much in my life in the physical world. He saw that I was weary and had a heavy heart. He nuzzled into me and I hugged him around his neck. In that moment I felt so supported and nurtured. He asked me to get on his back and explained that he would support me. I needed time out to rest from the exhaustion of this physical world. The feeling I got from this encounter was one of shape-shifting. We were one and the same, morphing from one to the other, but also coexisting in the same time. So you can rest now. Spirit will take care of it for now. The white stag represents the strength of the masculine to help and aid the feminine. This one isn't. The stag sees through the veils of the worlds, straight into your soul. It understands us because it sees where we truly are. It is here to offer us safe haven and give us the strength to carry out what needs to be done. There's the strength. Where's my strength card gone? There it is. Gives us the strength to carry out what needs to be done while we rest. By drawing this white stag, this card offers us the wisdom that we are also pushing ourselves too hard and need to share the load. It's time to ask for help and allow yourself to be supported. Take time out and allow yourself to rest and receive. By learning your physical, mental and emotional and spiritual limits, force fields up, we learn not only to take care of ourselves better, but create sustainable pace when we do resume work. It is easy to get caught up in the stresses of the physical world. We are all human after all. There are many issues around the world that will stress us out, frustrate us, and make us feel helpless, with no sight of something better in the future. When we feel this overwhelmed, it's time to unplug. Unplug from social media, the constant bombardment of ads, messages, information, causes, etc. It becomes hard for the brain to process such an amount of information at once, and thus overwhelms us. By unplugging from all of these sources, it doesn't mean you don't care what's going on in the world. It means that you care enough about your own mental well-being to take a break and come back to it when you're recharged. It's vitally important to discern what you take in. So believe nothing, check everything, and rest. A broken promise, Judgment Day, promises not kept, engagements off, marriage is ended. That's a shame. Somebody broke their promise. 20. When given in love, a ring says, "My heart is in your hands." A ring may also be worn as a token of spiritual vows, as is mine. Used in magical and ritual work, or as a reminder of personal power. Whatever other purpose this ring has, it is a symbol of commitment, and there's very little of that here. An unbroken circle of trust. But that circle of trust has been broken because of the underhanded dealings. Promises are broken, if made hastily especially. Proceed with caution, take time to be sure of your commitments, and keep your relationships strong. Commitment, honour, vows. I am worthy of trust. Are you honouring your promises? You have to prove to people that you are honest and true. Oh, and the holly is reversed. So number 13, which is Scorpio in the tarot. So in reverse, it means staying in your comfort zone, doing nothing for a little while, recouping your energies. 13. So we've got 12 mentioned, 13 and 14. That will be interesting times then. That period, those dates. 12, 13, 14. So, Holly is fire energy, passion, Mars, war, and Venus, which is love. Love and war, there's a fine line. But all has to be fair in love and war. The prickly nature of holly, so the name holly could be important, as well as its red berries, associated with Mars and warfare. Though its evergreen leaves bring the promises of life and grant associations of Venus and the element of fire, as holy wood is said to burn particularly hot. Holly is known as thyme in the Celtic Urgum, so it looks like we'll pull in an Urgum later on then. We may just read holly. It'll tell us all about it. It's not on here. So it's not on the Urgum wheel. It may not be in the book. We'll have a look from the branch. So, it's associated with the crown. So kings, princes, royalty, such as thorny crowns of Christ and justice. So kings, justice, courts, and religion. Displayed in this oracle is the Holy King, the animating spirit of holly, ruling the winter and association with Yule. So again it says Christmas time. And the Green Knight of Arthurian myth. So I'm going to look him up because he's been mentioned before. In opposition to the brighter Oak King of the summertide. So it is used as a seasonal decoration. It's also due to its protective nature. So you are protected. Force fields up. As the Yule in folklore was a time of ghosts and malevolent spirits, just as much, if not more, than Samhain. So that would mean Halloween and Christmas then. Planted near graveyards and churches, it protected you from hostile spirits. Holly is also used to protect from lightning. Holly is said to help with magical travel or astral flight, for the shape of the leaves is reminiscent of bat wings and is referred to as such in herbal code. So when they say wing of bat, it is the holly. Again, they're talking about codes, so you need to learn to decipher what the codes mean. Holly leaves can be used in dream charms, and we've talked about dreams, to both protect and guide you on your journey. The white springtime flower can be soaked in water to create a fairy blessing water. The spirit of holly, somewhat counterintuitively, is used to heal anger. While humans often associate thorns and other sharp, blood-drawing plants with anger and violence, the essence of holly is one of anger management. Holly helps us examine the difference between appropriate anger for a higher purpose, say justice, when outward aggression is really a problem, stemming from the lack of generosity of spirit, love or security. Whenever we have aggressive feelings of anger or hatred or spite, envy or wish to do others harm, holly helps us perceive a bigger picture and find the root of the feeling. Any action for protection we take is not personal or angry, but one of skillful boundaries and a defence for the common good. So force fields up, they keep saying it. This indicates protection from yourself. How are you directing your anger and aggressive feelings? How are you ultimately hurting you? So ask yourself where these feelings are stemming from and seek to cure the root of it. So project your force field out to the world. Do not react in anger. You are protected from all harm, including yourself. So when spirit stops you having something, it's because you may harm yourself in getting it. Beautiful read. Thanks for listening. Let's see what the song means. Bye.